This conference will now be recorded.
From the last 2 to 3 sessions, we covered very clearly about features of the Python programming. I just want to know, sir, which top companies, what are the top companies, which companies are using Python internally? I want to know the names of the companies which are using or implementing their projects in Python. If you want such a kind of information, you can text in Google companies using Python. Which companies are using Python? You are going to get n number of companies and names. So have a look once. So Google internally using Python, Reddit, Instagram, even Spotify also. Actually, this is a Shopify, even Spotify also, Netflix, Dropbox, and Quora, and internally Facebook. Already I told you, Spotify also. Several major companies, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, IBM, Dropbox, even NASA also. N number of very famous companies are using Python internally to implement their projects. Now, yesterday we started a topic called why do we write a program to process the data in computer? Where do we store the data? Nothing but memory. From memory block, if you want to fetch the data, if you want to bring the data into the program, what is the best way? It is better to name that memory block. So that we can bring the data very easily into our program. Any updations, any business logic, if you want to run happily, we can do that. So whenever if you want to bring the data, from the memory block, into your Python program, the best part is naming the memory block. Just you can name the memory block. Automatically using that name, we can fetch the data into the program. I can update anything that is required, and I can run any business logic also. So named memory block, we can call it as a named memory block. Something we can call it as like a variable. It is nothing but a variable. So from this discussion, we came to know that while developing Python program, we need to give name to some elements. So Python program develop చేసేటప్పుడు కొన్ని elements కి మనం నేమ్ ఇవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంటుంది. Which elements? For variables, for functions, for methods, for classes, so etc. For n number of elements, we are supposed to give the names. Now immediately, what is the doubt we are going to get? Can I give the name as per my choice? Sorry, we have to follow the rules and regulations. Now we need to know the rules for naming. First letter must be an alphabet or underscore also, but highly recommended not to use underscore as a first letter. What is the reason? With the time being, I will tell you. So from second letter onwards, it may be an alphabet or a digit also acceptable within the name. No spaces are allowed, no special symbols are allowed, except only one special symbol, underscore. Next one, Python is a case sensitive. Lower case letters and upper case letters are treated differently. if you declare a variable with the name called a, you can't use capital A. Sir, you can't access the same variable like capital A. So you are going to get a name error. Keyword can't be used for naming purpose. At the time of developing Python programming language, Gudo van Rossum reserved some words for some specific purpose. ఏ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ డెవలపర్ అయినా సరే లాంగ్వేజ్ ని డెవలప్ చేయాలంటే కొన్ని అవసరాల కోసం కొన్ని వర్డ్స్ ని రిజర్వ్ చేసి పెట్టుకుంటారు. ఆ రిజర్వ్డ్ వర్డ్స్ ని కీవర్డ్స్ అంటారు. such a type of keywords you can't use for naming purpose. So we practiced some examples also. Sir, I want to know all the list of keywords. So these are the total list of keywords we are having in our Python. These are the list of keywords. Generally in other programming languages like C, C++, Java, generally in other programming languages like C, C++, Java, all keywords will be compulsory. You should represent in the lower case only. There is a no scope, usually no scope for capital letters within the keyword name. But observe very carefully, the first three keywords in Python starts with capital: false, true, none. False, none, true, they will start with the capital letter, whereas all the remaining keywords are, we need to represent them in the lower case only. Now yesterday we forgot to discuss one more point. What is the point? You know, is there any restriction on the length of the name? Length of the name. So length must be 4 characters only, length must be 10 characters only. Is there any length, is there any length restriction on the length of the name? There will be no restriction. Any number of characters you can use, but you are going to be faced a big problem. ఒక వేరియబుల్ కి నేమ్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు ఎంత సింపుల్ గా కుదిరితే అంత సింపుల్ గా మన టాస్క్ కి రెలవెంట్ గా నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఎంత పెద్ద నేమ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే సఫర్ అయ్యేది ఎవరంటే యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి, యు ఆర్ ద ఓన్లీ వన్ హూ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు సఫర్ ఎ లాట్. You are the only one who is going to suffer a lot. So as simple as that, you have to declare a variable even though there is no restriction on the. So these are all important points when you want to assign. When you want to assign a name to a variable, a name to a function, a name to a class, or a name to a method, you have to follow these rules very strictly. Now today, very important topic, and damn sure you are going to get at least one interview question. If it is a phone interview or it may be exam pattern, any type of interview, people, if they want to test your knowledge, whether you are having some knowledge in Python or not, they will ask you data types in Python, just to test your basic knowledge in the Python programming. Data types in Python. First of all, what is the term called data type? Sir, I don't know. You are using one word called data type. I didn't understand what is the meaning of data type. With one example, I can make it very clear. Assume there is one student S1, one student called S1. So there is some XYZ college is there in his locality. XYZ college, some engineering college is there in his locality. Now my question is, I don't know what are the various branches this engineering college is offering. I am not providing you also. ఈ కాలేజీ ఏ బ్రాంచెస్ రన్ చేస్తుందో నేను మీకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేయలేదు. బట్ ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ వన్ క్వశ్చన్. ఈజ్ స్టూడెంట్ 1 ఈజ్ ఎలిజిబుల్? ప్లీజ్ మ్యూట్ యువర్ మైక్. So is student 1 can get admission into aeronautical engineering. If I ask you this question, anyone in the session, is it possible to answer this question? Suppose I am asking generally, is the student one can get admission into aeronautical engineering in XYZ engineering college? Immediately everybody will ask another question. What is that? Sir, you didn't provided me which branches this engineering college is offering. Without that information, how can we answer this question? అసలు వీడు ఏ బ్రాంచెస్ రన్ చేస్తున్నాడో కాలేజీలో తెలియకుండా మీరు స్ట్రైట్ అవే ఏరోనాటికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అంటే అసలు ఆ ఏరోనాటికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఈజ్ దట్ ఏరోనాటికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఈజ్ దట్ XYZ కాలేజ్ ఈజ్ ఆఫరింగ్ ఆర్ నాట్? హౌ షుడ్ ఐ నో? Everyone, is my voice is clear? Somebody is saying that you are not audible. Audible, not audible? Please text me in the board, audible or not audible. So I am audible to everyone, right? So how the student S1, sir, how can I answer this question? How can I answer this question? Whether student one is going to get the admission in this engineering college in this field called aeronautical engineering. Now can you please tell me, this is not S1, this is not S1. Suppose this engineering college is offering CSE branch, civil branch, ECE, ECE and just mechanical branch. Assume like that. Now can you please answer, anyone in the session, is there any chance student one can get admission into aeronautical engineering? Yes or no? Is there any chance that student S1 can get admission? No way at all. No way at all. What is the reason? Because if the college is not running this course, how can you get the admission into that particular course? It is impossible thing. Now assume there is a variable called A. Variable called A. What is a variable? Name given to some memory block. Inside the memory block, what we can store? Inside the memory block, you are going to store the data. You are going to store the data. Now I am asking that inside this variable, can I store any type of data? Is it possible this course, can I get the admission in this course for student S1? Is there any chance, can I store any type of data in this variable A? Then immediately you will ask me one question. Sir, in Python, what types of data Python supports? If I know, then I can answer your question. Python lo ఎటువంటి టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డేటాని సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుందో తెలిస్తే అప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పిన టైప్ ఆఫ్ డేటా వేరియబుల్ ఏలో స్టోర్ చేయొచ్చా లేదా నేను ఆన్సర్ చేయగలను. ఈ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీ ఏ కోర్సెస్ ని ఆఫర్ చేస్తుందో లిస్ట్ ఇస్తే, సో మీరు అడిగిన బ్రాంచ్, మీరు అడిగిన కోర్సు ఈ లిస్ట్ లో ఉంటే ఐ కెన్ గివ్ ద ఆన్సర్, దేర్ మే బి ఎ ఛాన్స్ అని. సపోజ్ నువ్వు అడిగిన కోర్సు ఈ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ కోర్సెస్ లో లేకపోతే there is a no chance అని చెప్తాను. Am I correct or not? So in the same way, if you provide what are the various data types Python supports, then I can say confidently whether the type of data specified by you, whether you can store in this variable or not. Now I think everybody got some idea about data types. Data type means the type of data. The data may be in the text format, the data may be in the number format. In the number, the data may be a number without a decimal part. In the number, the data may be a number with a decimal part. So in the text format, the data may be a single character, it may be a group of character, or the data may be a mathematical complex number. The data may be any boolean value. I want to know whether all these types of information my Python will support or not. Now have a look once. What are the various data types Python is going to support? Python support int data type, float data type, string data type, complex data type, bool data type, none data type, none data type, and the next one range data type, range data type, and list data type, tuple data type, set data type, and also frozen set data type, dictionary data type. So these are the various data types. These are the various data types supported by the Python. These are the various data types supported by the Python itself. Clear, right? Now, if anything is missed out, we will cover it later. So none data type also, already none is covered. Int, float, complex, bool, str, range, list, tuple, set, frozen set, dictionary. So everything is covered. If anything is missed out, we will cover at the time of discussing the data types in detail. Now let us start with our discussion with int data type. Let us start with our discussion with int data type. Before entering into the int data type, I want to specify one point. So from day 1 to till the end of the course, in most of the Python programs, we are going to use the following two built-in functions frequently. So నేను చెప్పబోయే రెండు ఫంక్షన్స్ ని, రెండు built-in functions ని maximum number of Python programs lo we are going to use. If you are not having any idea about function, don't worry. So one function is nothing but a type function, another is nothing but a id function. Id function will return address. Id function will return address of an object. Sir, what is an object also I will tell you, don't worry. So type function to check the type of the variable. These two are the commonly used functions. Still, if you are having any doubt, let me open Python shell. Suppose if you are in your computer, Python is installed successfully, open command prompt. From the command prompt also you can open Python shell just by giving the command called Python. Assume x equals to 25.36. In Python, am I required to specify the data type for a variable? Anyone tell me? Is it compulsory to declare the data type for variable at the time of its declaration? Not required, because Python is not statically typed. Python is dynamically typed. So based on the input given to that variable, Python can take the decision dynamically, and it will consider the corresponding data type. But I have a confusion. Now, according to our mathematics also, we know that it is a what type of number? We can call them as a float values. Am I correct or not? Even in our mathematics also, any number with a decimal point or a decimal part, we can treat them like a float values. Now, even Python also treating like this variable as a float or not, I have a doubt. Then don't worry, we have a function called a type. Whose type you want to check? I want to check a variable x type. Now observe very carefully. So with this line, Python can understand that I want to store this data. I want to store this data 25.36 internally in the memory block. Remember this point like a mantra in your lifetime. Remember this point like a mantra in your lifetime. In memory block, memory reserved for storing the data. In Python, memory reserved for storing any type of data will be treated as a object. Sir, what is an object? Object is something, it is nothing but a memory block holding the data. It is nothing but a memory block holding the data. But if I want to access the data inside this object, if you want to make any changes to the data inside this object, if you want to run business logic on the data part of an object, then I have given some name called X. So X is a name given to this memory block. X is a name given to this memory block. So X can act as a reference to this object. X is nothing but a reference to this object. That is the reason in programming X is called as a reference variable. Sir, X is called as what? Reference variable. Now I want to know X is referring which memory? Every memory itself will have some address. In a colony, we have some group of houses. Every house will have some door number that will represent the address of that house. So like a colony, in a memory, we have group of memory blocks. Every memory block will have some unique number which will represent its address. Now I want to know, so which address X is referring, which address or which memory block, and what is its address I want to know. So for that we have a function called id of X. Sir, this is the memory block X is referring, where you can get the value 25.36. So internally, in which memory block this data was kept actually, so in this memory block, this is the address where X is referring. Is the point was clear for everyone about a type and ID? So if you want to get the address of an object, ID. If you want to cross check what is the type of the variable, type. Now let us start our discussion with int data type. So what is an integer? Everybody knows that from our childhood in our mathematics, any number without a decimal part, will be treated as a integer type. Any number without a decimal part will be treated as a integer data type. So for example, in Python, X equals to 25. What is the 25? Number without decimal part. It is a data. It is a type of number. Any number without a decimal part is treated as a integer only. That is the reason internally this variable type is declared like integer. Already I proved that. So X equals to 25. Type of X. Sir, type of X. Now let us copy this. And paste it here for your reference sake. So if you want to get address of this object, id of X, what this number is going to represent? This number is going to represent address of the object. So this number is going to represent address. So returns address of the object. So in Python, what is an object? So generally in Python, memory block holding the data will be treated as an object. Sir, memory block holding the data is nothing but an object. Now do you know how many types of number systems we have? Integer, we can represent integer. We can represent integer. in various forms. In various forms. What are the various forms? We can represent integer in the decimal number system. We can represent integer in various number systems. In various number systems. Sir, what are the various number systems? Decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system, hexadecimal number system also. Hexadecimal number system. What is the decimal number system? Do you have any idea? In decimal number system, we are going to use digits from 0 to 9. Suppose in this number system, if you want to represent any number consisting of digits, and every digit should be in the range of 0 to 9 only. 0 to 9 only. So deca ante 10. 0 to 9 ante total 10. 0 to 9 means total 10 digits. So if you want to write any number in the decimal number system, in that number, every digit should be in the range of 0 to 9 only. Such a type of number we can call it as a decimal number system. So in decimal number system, every digit should be in the range of 0 to 9. In our day-to-day life, so most commonly used number system, from our childhood is nothing but decimal number system only. So x equals to 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Sir, it is actually a number. It is actually a number. In that number, every digit, can you please check that it is in the range of 0 to 9 or not? Yes, it is in the range of 0 to 9 or not? It is also in the range of 0 to 9 or not? If every digit is in the range of 0 to 9, we can call it as a decimal number system. Now anyone tell me what is a binary number system? This number system consisting of only two digits. What are the two digits? 0 and 1. Sir, 0 and 1. Now my question is, if the same question is asked in the interview, can anyone tell me 101011? Now tell me, is this number is a binary number or not? In Python, in one program, I wrote one statement, x equals to 101011. It is going to be treated like a binary number or not? Is it going to be treated like a binary number or not? Yes or no? So most of the people are giving yes, it is treated like a binary number system. Unfortunately, it is not a binary number. Sir, unfortunately, it is not binary. Immediately, you are going to get lot of frustration. Sir, just now you covered that binary number consisting of zeros and ones only. In the number, every digit is in the range of 0 to 1 only. But my question is, did you mention anywhere, hello Python, can you please treat this number like a binary? Can you have you specified any special instruction? No. Then what Python will consider? It will check that is this digit is in the range of 0 to 9 or not? Is this digit is in the range of 0 to 9 or not? Is this digit is in the range of 0 to 9 or not? Like it is going to check. Even though it contains only zeros and ones, it is going to be treated like a decimal number only, but not a binary. Then how can I instruct the Python to treat this like a binary number? Every binary integer should start with 0 followed by alphabet O. Sir, 0 followed by alphabet O. So to represent binary number, it should start with compulsory, it should start with 0, not alphabet O, 0, 0 B or 0 0 capital B, 0 capital B, then only this integer will be considered in the binary number system. Binary number system. For example, 17 is there. 17. I want to convert this number into binary. How to convert? Divide that with 2. 2 8s are 16, remainder 1. 2 4s are 8, remainder 0. 2 2s are 4, remainder 0. 2 1s are 2, remainder 0. Now what is the binary equivalent for this 17? 1 3 zeros followed by 1. 1 3 zeros followed by 1. Now anyone tell me n equals to 1 1 triple 0 1. Now Python is going to treat this integer as a decimal number or binary number. I'm asking the same. Now Python is going to treat this integer as a decimal number or binary. Decimal only, because you didn't provided any special instruction. Sir, how can I provide the special instruction? It should start with 0 followed by B. Start with 0 followed by B, then only it is going to treat it like a binary. Now tell me, sir, this binary is equivalent to which decimal number? This binary number is equivalent to which decimal number? 17 only. So if you store number in any number system, if you store integer in any number system, when you ask the Python to specify what is the value there in the n, it will represent or it will give you back in the decimal number system only. నువ్వు వేరియబుల్ లో ఏ నంబర్ సిస్టమ్ లో డేటాని స్టోర్ చేసినా Python is going to reply the answer in the decimal number format only. You may store the number in the decimal system, you may store the number in the binary format, you may store the number in the octal format, you may store the number in the hexadecimal. Any format you can store, but Python will reply you the given data in the decimal format only. Internally it is going to take that conversion part. So hope everyone understood the binary representation. Can I move to the next one? Hope everyone understood the binary number system. So just knowledge sake only, in programming we are not going to touch this part. So maybe there is a chance to ask the same question in the interview. That is the reason we are discussing. Now anyone tell me what is octal number? In octal number, a total of 8 digits we are going to use. A total of 8 digits. That means from 0 to 8 or 0 to 7? 0 to 7 only. So now my question is, there is one variable called marks, MKS, 752. 752. Can you please tell me? 752. Now anyone, is this a number is going to be treated like decimal or octal? 752, it is going to be treated like a decimal number or octal? 100% it is going to be treated like a decimal only. You didn't provided any special instruction. Sir, how can I provide the special instruction? If you want to instruct hello Python, please consider this like a octal number. It should start with 0 followed by alphabet O. 0 followed by alphabet O. Then only it is considered as a octal number. Now what is hexadecimal number system? A total of 16. We are going to use a total of 16. 0 to 9, a total of how many? A total of 10 digits. A total of 10 digits. Then what is remaining? 6 digits are remaining. Then A to represent 10, B 11, C 12, D 13, and E 14 and F15. Sir, 0 to 15 means a total of 16 digits. So in any number system, if you find alphabets from A to F, generally while representing an integer, if you find any alphabet, that means that number is represented in which number system? Hexadecimal number system. Hexadecimal number system. Now my question is, now the question is something called x equals to bad. X equals to bad. Now tell me, is it going to treat like which number system? Will it accept or not? Have a look once. Sir, z equals to bad. What is saying that? Z equals to bad. What is saying that? Bad is not defined. Maybe it is expecting some special instruction. Do you know what is that special instruction? To represent hexadecimal number system, number must start with 0 followed by x. 0 followed by x. Sir, z equals to 0x bad. That means, hello Python, don't treat like this one as a normal text. So I am representing one integer, especially in the hexadecimal number system. Hexadecimal number system. Now, when I ask the Python, which value has been stored, which value has been stored in the Z, you are going to get the response in the decimal format only, understandable format. So the number bad, this hexadecimal number bad is equivalent to which decimal number? 2989. 2989. Clear, right, everyone? This much knowledge about number system is more than sufficient. So this much knowledge is more than sufficient to have an idea about the number system. Now the next one. So the next one, float data type. Next one, float data type. Sir, what is a float? Anyone? What is a float? Float. Sir, which type of number will be considered? Which type of number? Which type of number will be considered? Which type of number will be considered? So once after the session, I will tell you. Somebody is asking how it is equals to 2989. After the session, we will discuss. So float data type, number with decimal part. Any number with decimal part is treated like a float data type. For example, average equals to 95.36. 95.36. In most of the programming languages, we have float type and double type also. Am I correct or not? We have something called float type and double type. In C, in our C++, even in the Java also, we have float and double. But in Python, there is no scope for double data type. Note point, in Python, no data type with double. No data type exists with the name called double. No scope for double data type. Now I want to check really, is it going to treat like a float or not? 99.99. So internally this variable is going to treat like which type? Float type only. Sir, float type only. So any number with decimal part is treated like a float data type. Now coming to the next one. Complex data type. Complex data type. Anyone, have you heard this term called complex number? In our mathematics, x plus iy. Am I correct or not? X plus iy. Any number seems to be like x plus iy. X is a real part. Y is nothing but imaginary part. X, otherwise x plus y I also we can Am I correct or not? 2 plus I3, 2 plus 3I, like we can write. Am I correct or not? In our mathematics, it is going to be real part, it is going to be imaginary part. Sir, is it possible we can input the data which is of complex type? If you are a mathematical student or especially triple E branch student, you are going to have so many calculations on the complex type. Am I correct or not? Most of the triple E branch students, they are going to do calculations on the complex type. So if you want to do such a kind of calculations, Python supports complex type of data also. But remember, how can I represent a complex type of information? Boss, you can't represent 2 plus 3i. You can't, you are not allowed to represent the number like 2 plus 3i. You are allowed to represent the complex type like 2 plus 3j. That means whenever if you want to represent any type of data like a complex number, it should be represented like a plus bj only. It is the Python's restriction. Python put a condition like that. Python asking you, hello boss, whoever wants to use the Python, if your data is a complex type of data, you should represent that number like a plus b, not I. You should use j. You should use j. So let me show you something. C1 equals to 10 plus 12i. Wantedly I am using I. It is going to give left and right to you. I don't know what is this. I don't know what is this. Now 10 plus 12j acceptable? Acceptable? 100% it is acceptable. I want to know now this variable is treated like which data type? Complex data type. Now I have a doubt. C2 equals to 10 plus j12. In this style acceptable? Not acceptable. You can't represent like. When you want to represent a complex number, 100% you have to represent in this style only. Anything other than that not acceptable. Anything other than that not acceptable. So you know what is the beauty of the Python program? Still you are not recognizing. Sir, you are saying that Python is very simple. We didn't enjoy the real beauty of Python. Like if you are going to ask me one example, I will show you. C1 5 plus 2j, complex number 2, some 3 plus 1j. How many complex numbers I have created? Anyone tell me? How many complex numbers I have created? 2 complex numbers. Now C1 plus C2. Sir, is it possible to do addition operation on the complex number straight away? Really possible? Have a look once. 5 plus 3, 8, 2 plus 1j. Okay. Is it possible to perform subtraction also? Yes. Is it possible to multiply two complex numbers? Yes. Is it possible to divide two complex number? Yes, it is also possible. Sir, you are saying that beauty. What is the beauty? In our C or C++, in Java, if you want to do this operation, minimum 40 to 50 lines of code you are supposed to write. Trust me, minimum 40 to 50 lines of code you are supposed to write. So after developing 40 to 50 lines of code, there may be a chance n number of errors we may get. But how excellent it was. Our arithmetic operators, we can operate even upon the complex type also straight away without writing these many lines of code, unlike C or C++, Java. Are you getting my point here? C++ Java lo ide operation cheyalante కంపల్సరీ 40 to 50 లైన్స్ ఇంకా అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ కోడ్ రాస్తే గానీ మనకి రాదు. ఒకవేళ నువ్వు అలా రాసినా కూడా 100 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ 100 ఎర్రర్స్ వస్తాయి, రెక్టిఫై చేసుకోవాలి, సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. బట్ ఇన్ పైథాన్ how simple it was. Our arithmetic operator, happily we can operate upon the complex type also. That is the beauty of the Python. So what is the beauty of Python? What is the beauty of the Python? So our arithmetic operators can be used upon complex data type. We can use upon complex data type. What is the proof? It is the solid proof, so that we can understand whether it is really easy and simple or not. Now coming to the last one for today's session, bool type. Why the letter J? There is no specific reason. Even I too don't know, because we need to ask Goodove and Rossum. What is the specific reason? Really, I too don't know why Goodove and Rossum took the decision like that. So it is language specific, or Python, Goodove and Rossum own thought. What is the bool type? True, comma, false. Sir, these type of values are treated as Boolean values. These type of values, true, comma, false. But remember, T should be in capital only, F should be in capital only. Now assume somewhere I want to store the result. 12 greater than 3. True na falsa? Anyone tell me? 12 greater than 3. True na falsa? True only. Now, after evaluation of this expression, you are going to get either answer either true or false. This true or false values in Python, we can call them as Boolean values. Now this variable is going to hold either true or false. But here, according to the given data, result is going to hold what? True, T capital. Now I want to know, this variable is treated as which data type? Bool data type. It is going to be treated like a bool data type. Right, that's all from my end for today.